What's up, YouTube? Welcome in. Good morning. My name is Joe. This is Radical Rides, and this is my 21 Ford Bronco. So, as awesome as this truck is, first of all, I know I haven't posted in quite some time, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Life's busy. I got brand new babies, literally babies, because there's two of them. I got twins, and besides the twins, I also got 4 other boys, and 2 are getting ready to go to college. There's just so much going on in life that I just have not had a chance to do any videos, upload anything. I got pictures and videos, but I don't have time to edit and change things and do stuff. So here I am. But today I really wanted to get this one out there. So I have the Ford Bronco. I've had it. It's it's one of the brand new ones, first year edition ones. It's not a first edition one. It is a Badlands. Just want to give that out there. I was a day one allocation on this. This was honestly my very first brand new vehicle. I bought vehicles before. Everything's always been used or bought on the side of the road. But when I heard that Ford was coming out with the new Broncos, as long as they built it right, and I feel like they did an awesome job, other than no V8, which, I mean, everybody can all agree on that. That visceral sound of a V8 is definitely needed, but they're probably going to charge $1 million for that. But either way, the truck is definitely capable. It's definitely awesome in every aspect. But I do have one monstrous major problem with my Bronco. And honestly, it is a warranty issue. So, like a month ago, I had taken it in. Well, several months ago, actually. I took it in, and I had some warranty issues with none other than my soft top. And the reason being I had a warranty issue on my soft top was literally the most minute thing possible. Now, hold on. I'm going to give you a quick backstory on this, or a quick history on this Bronco. Day one allocation. Well, day 1.5 because website kept crashing, whatnot. But either way, I was like one of the first to get in line to get my Bronco. I was supposed to get dual tops. And the dual top issue came about when they were having fiberglass issues with their hard tops. So we waited. Finally, our email come through that if you don't change out your hard top, that you're most likely going to get bumped to the next year. And I didn't want to do that and everything. I wanted that very first year allocation. And I'm glad I did. Because, well, they changed a bunch of stuff up from the first year to the next year and so on. And even though everything that I got was probably still available for the next year, you never know. So I really wanted the Bronco as soon as I could, especially since my wife, I basically sold her vehicle and she was driving a different one for the moment, and she really wanted her truck. So, needless to say, I ended up having to, we canceled the hardtop part, and again, because of fiberglass issues. There's a reason why Ford had problems. Reason why everything was on delayed. And that's going to play a very important part on this. So, we had gotten our email, said, hey, if you want your truck sooner than later, you're going to have to switch the tops. So we got rid of the hard top and went with only the soft top. And I live in Michigan. Michigan is a rough weather state. I already know this. And I know this top only has such a long life. And so I was like, well, maybe hopefully by the time we get the truck, things get straightened out. hopefully some hard tops will come out, or Ford will get a hard top out and be able to purchase one at some point. Now, hard tops are insane. They're crazy expensive. And I'm going to eventually have to break down and buy one because, again, soft top in Michigan only has so much lifespan to them. Now, this is only been a year now since I've had this vehicle. So I got this truck, we got the Bronco delivered in November. Mind you, my babies, my twins, 2 of them, were born in September. We got delivery of the Bronco in November. So the wife, when we got the Bronco, the wife took over the Bronco immediately. She said, "You sold my van, I'm taking the Bronco." And honestly, I was all right with that. Totally fine. But the babies, 2 of them, mind you, were in this truck from day one. And so with that, convertibles, November, Michigan, the top never came open. Summertime come around, they're still brand new babies last year. The top, barely ever used. Maybe open a handful of times. And we never even took the top off all the way back. We would only open up, as I call it, the pizza wedge. And I absolutely hate the pizza wedge, but that's how Ford designed it, is in a pizza wedge. Because every time you go see one down the road, it's hanging way up here. It just looks stupid. So, barely had the top open. Another winter, this past winter, come around. And to be honest, it's May right now, and it's still cold out. Again, top hasn't been coming open. Barely opened this thing. I've never even had my side windows out during that whole entire time. I've never even retracted the whole thing all the way back. Because, well, babies, brand new babies, convertibles, and living in a state that has terrible weather most of the time, we never really use this soft top. And that comes into play in this whole ordeal. So, few months ago, I'll say a few months ago because I can't really remember how far along ago it was, I took the top end because I had a small warranty issue. Right here is a little frayed spot. And then I was noticing here was some fraying as well. On top of that, I didn't even notice this. My son actually noticed this. I noticed these parts, first of all, on the Bronco, that I had some fraying going on. Well, this truck's only a year old, barely been used. I only have 22,000 miles on this, and actually I only had 20,000 miles on it, but we went down to Super Celebration 2023 down in Townsend, Tennessee, and so we just got done putting some miles on it. And so before that, though, when I took it in for the warranty on these little frayed spots, don't know why they're fraying, but it's fraying. Obviously, the top's failing. Then my son noticed this. That's coming unglued. That actually has a bulletin from Ford that this is a problem. So I called the dealership and I said, hey, on top of my couple of frayed spots for the warranty, I also noticed there's a section that's coming unglued. They said, not a problem. We'll get it turned into our warranty and shouldn't be an issue. They okayed it. They said, hey, we'll get you in. So about a month ago, I had taken the Bronco in, and I said, hey, here's the Bronco, get her done. And they're like, all right, no problem. Should have been a couple of day fix, because it does take some time. So in order to do this top, they need to disassemble and take this top off from the frame. You have a frame, and then you have the actual canvas part that goes on. So if you don't know, this canvas is actually riveted on to the frame. That's how they attach it. So they had it in the shop. A day goes by. They said, hey, you know, we didn't quite get to it yet. Another day goes by, and then I get a phone call. Hey, have you had any issues with your soft top? I goes, what do you mean? They said, well, have you had any problems with it? I goes, absolutely not. I've barely even opened it. You know, I've barely used it, barely opened it. It sits at home most of the time with the wife. I goes, I haven't had any problems. Why? What's going on? Well, come to find out, as they were taking this canvas off, they had found that this corner and the other side, in this same corner right here, the fiberglass, keyword fiberglass, was broken. And so now the frame to the soft top needs to be replaced, as well as the canvas. I goes, I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't had a problem with it. The thing's been literally perfectly fine. My seals were never an issue. I never had any leaks. I didn't have any wind leaks. Obviously it's loud because it's convertible. That's notorious. But I never had an issue with my top. I've never crashed it, never broke it, nothing. Because it's barely been opened. And so they said, well, because the frame is now broken, they're going to have to open up another warranty claim on the frame itself. Now, note, the frame cost $13,000. That's astronomical. It's absolute garbage that it costs that damn much. It's almost a quarter of the price, or a third of the price of this top, or of this vehicle. That's crazy. Absolutely insane that it is even that much. Should still be covered under warranty because, well, I haven't had any problems with this vehicle. Now, a few days go by, a week goes by, it's getting closer and closer to Super Celebration, and I'm freaking out because, well, I got a vacation coming, I got my Bronco going, and I need my Bronco to go to Supercell. There's no reason for me to go to Super Celebration if I don't have my Bronco. It's kind of a waste of a trip, almost. I mean, I would still went, but I would have had to take my F-150. Now, I fought with them, and every corner and every aspect, they kept denying me over my top. They're trying to claim, and this is what they said, it's caused by outside damage. Where is the damage? That's what I asked. What outside damage? Where is the outside damage that you were accusing this of? Well, they said, well, it's caused by outside damage. I'm like, I've never had it open. I've never had a damage. I've never damaged it. I've never had an issue with it. My frame was never tweaked. Bolts were never undone. Sides were never opened. I've literally done nothing with this top. Have I off-roaded this? Absolutely. Isn't that what it's meant for? Is to go off-roading? Absolutely. I've had this thing in the sand dunes. I've had it out on trails. I have definitely off-roaded this truck. No doubt about it. But, again, with two babies inside the vehicle, I'm not going crazy. I'm not trying to destroy this thing, especially for the cost of this vehicle. I'm not a millionaire. I have an everyday job. So I'm not trying to destroy my very first baby, especially my very first brand new vehicle. So I take meticulous care of this car, even though I off-road it. So they got with a Ford rep. Ford rep supposedly got with a warranty person or whatnot, still denying me, saying outside damage. I'm like, how and where is the outside damage? If you can show me and prove to me that there is an outside damage problem on this vehicle, then I'll move on. But there's nothing. They want me to turn this into my insurance. Okay, I work for a body shop. I run a body shop. I have my own shop, Radical Rides, as well. I know how to fix fiberglassing. If it was my fault or my issue, it would be nothing for me to turn it into my insurance. Have it fixed. It would be nothing for me to repair it myself and fix it myself because, well, I know how to fabricate. I know how to fix things, but that's not the issue. The issue is I have a soft top within a year already failing on me. Barely been used, coming unglued, and I'll give you a quick tip. This frame here, that's actually because the fiberglass in this corner was broken and the fibers are literally pushing through the actual canvas. Because over time, rattling, vibrations, and whatnot, it's wearing the canvas down on the inside and breaking it down. So that's why it's failing here. Why it's fraying here, I don't know. But either way, I argued with them, fought with them. They basically told me to get screwed. That wasn't their problem. They weren't going any further. My local dealership that I've worked with, doing bedliner jobs, I've bought numerous vehicles. 1, 2, and I even had a friend the same day buy this one when we bought this one. Very good customer, very loyal customer. But yet, they're going to try and screw me on my soft top because the damn soft top frame is astronomically priced out. Again, $13,000 for a frame is bullshit. I don't make the price. Somebody else did. Not my problem. Again, warranty should cover this. I'm within my mileage. I'm within my warranty. But they're trying to say that it's outside damage. And I explained to them, where is my outside damage? Would I not have damage somewhere along my A-pillar? Nothing. And this is on both sides. Not just my passenger side, but on my driver's side as well. Same thing. Corner is broken. So, again, they found this. They found the problem, not me. It's not why I even took it in for. It was because these corners were broken. Now, in order to fix this top, in order to replace it, they literally have to unrivet it, unglue it, peel it out from the frame section of this top. And as you can see, maybe some bugs, some little bit of debris because it's been sitting here for like a week. But I have no damage on this vehicle whatsoever. Not anywheres on it. Nowheres. Everything is still intact the way it's supposed to be. So they're claiming outside damage. And I've argued with them. Where is my outside damage? I can't turn this into insurance because insurance isn't going to cover manufacturer flaws. That's not how insurance works. If this was an issue of me breaking it, I would have fixed it myself. Because, well, I am a fabricator. I work on cars. I know how to do things. But that's not the problem. The problem is, this is a manufacturer defect. This front panel that you undo, here we go. This front panel, header panel, that's all it is, fiberglass. And they're trying to say that it is caused by outside damage. Because I have, hold on, because I have this on my vehicle, and because I put, just before wintertime, I put on some really bad, cheap mud flaps that unfortunately did not last, and they broke because, well, harsh winters, plastic, just doesn't hold up. They didn't make them very good. And because of that, they said, well, you have mud flaps that are broken and it's been off-roaded, outside damage. And again, where on this vehicle is there outside damage? And why in the hell do my mud flaps have anything to do with my roof? They don't. At all. So I wanted to put this out there that Ford, my local dealership, and Ford, unless it's only my dealership, but this is what I'm being told by the dealership, both of them are saying outside damage, you're basically screwed, figure it out yourself. Now, I'm not okay with that because I've spent a lot of money on these. And if you have one of these, or if you've looked at one of these Broncos do not come cheap. They are a pricey toy in a pricey vehicle, nonetheless. So, I just wanted to put this out there that Ford had a fiberglass issue right from the beginning. Now, I have a soft top issue, and guess what? Ford's now having soft top issues because the vehicle, the soft top, is fraying and already showing failure within the first year. If this was 5 years, I would say wear and tear. But within first year of having this, and I've already got major issues, I'm not okay with this. I'm not happy with how this is being handled, how they're handling it, how they're dealing with it, and basically telling me, the customer, and you if you're out there and you don't realize it, basically to get screwed and that it's your problem. And so I'm not all right with that, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. Because warranty has no reason nor an excuse on considering this outside damage. Because if I had damaged this thing while the top was on the vehicle, there would be signs of it. And again, I have no bolts. I have nothing that's been taken apart on this other than the pizza wedge coming out, you know, opening up maybe a handful of times. So I was getting pretty stressed because I wanted to make it to supercell. And so I told him, I goes, if you're not doing anything with this and you're completely denying me of everything, I need my vehicle back because I have a road trip I'm going on and a pretty important vacation, and I need to take this vehicle with me. And I'm tired of you guys dicking me around with it. We will go rounds and rounds, but right now I need this back. And so, remember when I said they had to peel this top off? They had to take the canvas off the frame. So when I went in there, Ford had already took my back windows out. They had it all the way down. They had the corners peeled off because that's how they found that it was broken. And because of that, and because the warranty said, well, they had a rep come in and they said, and look at it and said, well, we're denying the whole claim. Canvas is outside damage. The frame is outside damage. It's your problem. Well, you already told me that you were going to cover my canvas. You found the damage from peeling it out. And I don't know if whoever worked on it broke the corners while peeling this canvas out. And here, actually, I'll do this one. Little hard. I'm just recovering from a major surgery, so I don't move quite as easy right now. So, unlocked it. Flip this open. Oh God, that hurts. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get up and move back to here. So they had to peel this apart. This corner here. And as you can see, it's very floppy. This is floppy, this is floppy. There is not a lick of damage or anything else No cracks, no breaks, nothing. Same way with this side. This is off. This is all got to be peeled off in order to take this frame or this canvas off of this frame. So because they took it off, now they got to put it back together. Well, as they put it back together, there's, again, I said, there is rivets all over this that is attaching the canvas to the frame. Now, if you work on cars, if you know anything about them, or if you even know about a rivet, when you drill out a rivet, there's a little casing in the back that falls. And it's got to go somewhere. Well, guess what? It's now inside the frame. So now I get a rattle. Anytime I go to take a turn, move, hit a bump, I have this little jingling rattle in my frame. And on top of that, they hacked it back together, put some goop shit bullshit on it, and put it back together. Not only that, but you also have these cables that run through your frame. This cable is now loose as shit. So this cable is a little bit more taut. They had to take the cables out. They had to rerun the cables back through. They had to re-rivet it back on. They had to try and do something with this, because there's no fiberglass corners that's back there that's there for them to basically attach it back onto. Well, on my way to Supercell, I got wind noise, I got leaks, my top doesn't fit right, I got rattles. So I took a top in for minor, I will say it, minor issues. A little tiny fray is minor, but within a 1 year of owning this vehicle, I shouldn't have any frays. The canvas top should not be already failing. Again, if this was 5 years, I would call whatever, wear and tear. You know, eventually they're gonna break down. And so I'm just overly pissed that this is how my dealership and Ford is going to treat one of their customers. A very good, loyal customer. I've never had an issue. I've never had a late payment. I've never screwed the dealer over by any means. Even since I do business with them, or was doing business with them, keyword was, I've never had a problem until this. And I find this very unacceptable that when I get my very expensive vehicle back, that it is in worse shape than I dropped it off to them. And they are accepting this. They're willing to stand behind giving me bullshit back. And I am not happy. So that's why I'm doing this video. I wanted to put it out there that, you know, and actually here, I'll even go about this way. I have no damage whatsoever to any part of my top whatsoever. So I am just wanting to put this out there because I want Ford to know that I am not happy and I'm not going to settle for it. Man, this hurts. Because I barely use this top, and for me to get my top back in worse shape than I did drop it off in is absolutely bullshit. Also, another thing I wanted to point out. My seals aren't correct. It looks, my seal here is not placed right. The cable on the other side is messed up. And then also because I've never had these windows out. I don't know if this is how that's supposed to be or not, but that's on both my corners. So when I went down to Tennessee to Supercell, it was actually super nice out. The girls my twins are a little bit older. The wife and I wanted to try and see if they could handle with the convertible open. They didn't like the convertible open. So I said, hey, let's do the safari top. Let's just take the sides out and go down the road that way. And so we did. And I found out this back window, there's a little plastic piece that slides down through here that kind of just wedges in and holds. This plastic piece that goes through there, the corner's broken. Well, how in the hell is my corner broken on a window that I've never even taken out? Because the dealership didn't give a shit. And I'm pretty upset that the fact that now that I have gotten it back, my truck is in worse condition than what I dropped it off with. And I really want this to go out, and I want this to go viral, and I want this to really, really get to somebody, because I as a car guy, as a owner of a vehicle, somebody who is within their warranty, this is unacceptable by any means of any dealership. Because I know if at my shop, whether it's my body shop or my shop here, my Radical Ride shop itself, if I have a vehicle that came to me and I sent it out in worse shape than it was brought to me in, it wouldn't fly by any means. I don't care what the problem is, what the situation is. If I took a small minor problem and I turned it into a worse problem, then I told the customer to go get screwed, it's your problem. I mean, I'd be furious. I'd be furious in my workers. I'd be furious in myself if I did the job. And there's just absolutely no integrity to the dealership or the Ford company. And so because of that, I wanted to put this video out there specifically. I love my Bronco. It's badass. I love my F-150. It's badass. But I can't stand for that. I'm not all right with that. This is unacceptable. I don't care who you are or what you do for a business. Have some integrity. Have some care about your customers and your vehicles. And to screw over a good customer, a loyal customer, is really asinine of any company. Because that's your money. That's your bread and butter. And when customers like me put out videos and do this, I really hope it takes effect and it really hurts your pocket. Because there's absolutely no reason why my Bronco should be denied on my warranty for that. I didn't set the price. I didn't damage the vehicle. I've taken meticulous care of this vehicle. So if you could get this out there, if you could tell a friend, if you could get, I hope Ford, I hope you see this video. I hope you fix this problem. I hope you can handle and take care of this issue, because I know Ford's a giant conglomerate business company, and one dealership and one rep, they're just minor people and a giant bucket of things going on. And I really want to get this handled, because that's not acceptable, and I will take it further if I have to. So, if you don't know, my name's Joe again. This is Radical Rides. I will try and get some more videos, some more updates, something out there on this situation, what's been going on in my shop. I do have quite a bit of stuff going on in my shop. I just honestly, because of surgery, and I'm out on leave right now for like 4 to 6 weeks, so I can't do anything really. So everything been kind of halted for me in a sense. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, please share, send this to whoever you can, and just help me out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, have a great day.